Good morning, everyone. I'm coming to you from my home gym. It's 5:35 in the morning, so my voice is nice and deep. Join me for my morning cup of coffee as I describe my first workout in my new hybrid system. I did it last night. Normally, I do my workouts in the morning, but I had some things that came up, so I pushed it back to the late afternoon. So I didn't really start until 5:45 or so. And it took me a long time. It took me a couple of hours, which was not the purpose of such a program. It was to make things quicker and efficient, but it was the first time through with actual weights. So I did go a little bit slower. Let me sum it up exercise by exercise and tell you how things went. I started with the bench press, which was preset from the night before. But I really didn't know how much weight to start with, and I was a little intimidated. It's been a long time since I did a real bench press. So I started very low, 65 pounds. And I did the 12 reps. And on top of that, I also introduced more sets and one more exercise to each workout. So I did 65, which is a 20-pound plate on either side. Those are the biggest I have, by the way, in case you're wondering. And I did 12 reps. My new system calls for 4 sets of 10 across the whole exercise. But I did 12 just to prove that I can go heavier. And I did the 12. And then I jumped that to 85. I put 10 on either side and did 12. And then from there, I jumped that to 105 and I did 12. And then I jumped that to 135 where I got 8 out. Now 135 is the contest weight that I did last week, and I only got 3 reps out. So to get 8 out is quite significant. And again, I used to be able to do 285 easy, but my technique wasn't good. My range of motion was horrible. And I haven't done them in about 2 years. I've either been doing machine presses or resistance bands. So I'm happy with the 135. But I do think that starting off so low caused me to tire out a little bit later. So instead of starting with 65, I can wait. There are 2 cats playing outside, and the dogs are letting them know that welcome. So anyway, next time I'm going to start a little bit heavier and see if I can go a little bit higher. I'm not going to move up that last 135 until I can hit the 10. That's part of my plan. So if I do 135 twice this one time, I'll move up from there. I'm not worried about that. So the next exercise was the resistance band incline press. Because if I changed the weight here from flat bench press to an incline press, it takes a lot of time and energy to, you gotta unload the plates, you gotta move the bar, you gotta load the plates, you gotta move the seat, and that's energy that I'd rather expend lifting during an exercise as opposed to setting up for an exercise. So I did the resistance bands. And it's funny, this is the big difference. The weights just don't translate. I finished off with 200 pounds on the resistance bands doing the inclines. don't tell me I'm 65 pounds stronger on the incline, because that's just not, the weights just don't translate. As I've always said, it's just a way of measuring yourself. So the third exercise that I did was a dumbbell fly. And that was very difficult because I didn't really have a comfortable place to lie down on the bench. What I ended up, well, first I tried laying the traditional way, but I had to scooch up because of these things. But even so, as I was doing it, I was hitting the plates. So I turned around. The attachment that you see, the tricep attachment, wasn't on. So I had my head, but it was very uncomfortable. So I got to figure something out with that. I need some kind of, I tried to wrap it with a towel, and it definitely helped a little bit, but not enough. Maybe I need a pillow. I've got a yoga pad here. I've got a foam roller. So I'll figure it out. And then from there, I did the resistance band cable crossovers. So that finished off the chest. So I did 4 exercises instead of 3. I did 4 sets instead of 3. So that's an increase right there. From 12 to 16. And I did more reps, because normally I finish off at 8, but for here, except for that 135 bench press, I did 10 or 12. I'm supposed to do 10, but I figure if I can do 12, that's an indication to me that I can go heavier next time. So then we moved on to triceps, and this is the beauty of my system, is that my first exercise was tricep close grip bench press. So this is already set. I just had to adjust the weight a little bit, but it was a lot easier than I expected. And then from there, I did with my easy curl bar, first time using it, overhead tricep extensions. Again, I did it seated. As opposed to lying down, because of the problem with laying on this bench. What I truly need, but I do not have the money for it right now, nor the space, is an adjustable bench. That's the one thing that this gym needs, and then I'm got everything I possibly need. Okay, and then I finished off with the rope push down, and I really focused on that last movement. So I am very happy. It went very well. There are some changes or some improvements that I can make now that I'm starting to learn the weights. For example, I only set up the bar in advance. I didn't have the dumbbell set up. I didn't have the easy curl bar. But now that I know my weight range, I can have those set as well. And that'll save me probably about 20 minutes altogether. Today, however, is back in biceps, so I'm going to go through that process again. It's a feeling out period, but I think I've got everything prepared, right? I already have the pull down attachment set up. I have this set for the bent over rows, and I'm just going to have to set up the easy curl bar. Again, it's just determining the opening weights, and the dumbbells for the hammer cross. So, good stuff. Okay, so I'll give you a video summarizing that. So far, things are working out. I mean, it's only one workout, but we got a long way to go. Stay positive, stay strong.